Okay, so I just want to do some extra practice problems with you, just showing you how I would write it out because those are already typed up. So I'm looking at a sine cosine combo, even and odd powers. So I'm going to rewrite this and peel one of the powers of sine off. And I'm always going to rewrite the sine beside the dx. So this is going to be my good du, sine of x dx. And so my u will be cosine. Oh, negative issue. So if I let u equal cosine, my derivative would be negative sine. So I'm going to put the negative right there. So that's how I'm going to suggest that you do this. Let u equal the cosine. You know the derivative is negative sine. Move the negative out there. Then it's not going to cause any problems. All right, so let's go see where my u substitution of cosine will work. That will be taken care of. This will be my negative du. So I just need to change this to cosines. So let's rewrite that. Again, you need to be careful. Make it all x's and then all u's. I will be taking points off of that, so be careful. So there's all x's. So now let's go put the u's in. And make sure you put parentheses around this negative du until you put it on the outside. And then I'm ready to take the antiderivative. That's a 3, right? And then minus u to the 5th over 5. And put the x's back in. Plus c. Oops, supposed to be a 5 there, right? Okay, there you go. All right, so let's look at this one. So here, with this odd power and this even, I want to leave even powers. So let's leave that as cosine squared, sine squared. So let's put this, whoops, I meant to write cosine here. Let's write this cosine of x here beside the dx. So that's going to be my good du. So my u is going to be sine of x. All right, so with my u being sine of x, this will be taken care of. This will be my du, so I just need to rewrite this in terms of sines. So that's going to be 1 minus sine squared. And I'm just going to carry everything else along. Okay, so now I'm ready to use my u substitution. So I have 1 minus u squared. This is u squared, and this is going to be du. So this is going to be really similar to what I just did, yes? Du, except without a negative sign. So I get 1/3 u cubed, whoops, minus 1/5 u to the 5th, and then take the time to put the x's back in. Okay, so let's look at this one. This one's going to be a little more challenging. So I see the odd power here. So let's peel one of the powers of the sine to the 5th off to the side. Okay, so that's going to be my good du. So du is sine of x dx. So u is cosine. Oh, recognizing the negative issue. If u is cosine, the derivative is negative sine, so let's move the negative right there. You do this a couple of times, hopefully it'll feel very comfortable and easy for you. Okay, so now let's change everything so that my u substitution of cosine will work. This will be taken care of with du. This will be taken care of, so I just need to rewrite this. Okay, so let's talk about this identity that I've got. So I know, I just want to leave room down there. I know that sine squared of x plus cosine squared of x is 1. Is it true that sine to the 4th of x plus cosine to the 4th of x is 1? Is that true? It is not. That is not a true statement, so be careful. So what I need to do is I need to rewrite sine to the 4th as sine squared squared. so then what I can do is I can rewrite sine squared as 1 minus cosine squared and keep that square on the outside. Okay, now my u substitution will work. So I'll have 1 minus u squared squared. This is u to the 4th. And then I've got, for sine of x dx, a negative du. All right, so let's pull the negative on the outside. And I need to multiply this out. Be really careful that you don't do bad math, right? So multiplying this out, I get this thing squared. This times 2. And then this thing squared, so plus u to the 4th. And that's all times this u to the 4th. So now I need to keep going. Multiply this u to the 4th in. Remember, you're adding exponents when you're multiplying them. Now I can finally add one to the exponent. And then take the time to, I can leave the parentheses here, or I can move the negative in, but I'm going to be putting the cosine in for the u's.